Hi everyone, this presentation will briefly highlight some quick reminders for caregivers and children and teens in the community and their homes to keep themselves and others safe when it comes to the use of and storage of firearms. This presentation will be relatively brief and will highlight some quick facts, some gun safety rules for children and caregivers, and how to safely store guns. Guns can be very dangerous when they're not used by individuals with a lot of training or when they're not stored properly. So it's really important to understand that guns account for a large majority of injuries in Philadelphia and in the United States. Every day, 87 children, teens, and young adults are injured or killed by guns in the United States. And just in Philadelphia this year, gun violence has increased considerably. And in the United States, a third of homes that have children have guns as well, many of which are loaded and stored in an unlocked area. That's why it's so important for caregivers and teens to understand that if they are in a home with guns, they need to understand how to safely store them, clean them, and educate others in their households in order to make a safe environment. We wanted to provide children and teens some important rules for gun safety. If you're in your home or somewhere in your neighborhood and you come across a gun, make sure to never touch it or play with it. Guns are not toys. Immediately walk away from that area and notify an adult. If you find a gun in your home and you know it's one of your parents or caregivers, make sure they know to lock it properly after use and hide it for the future. If you own a toy gun or are using a gun legally while supervised by an adult, never point the gun at anyone. Doing this could lead to accidents if the gun were to misfire or if someone thinks your fake or toy gun is a real weapon that could cause harm. If you're going to legally use guns, it is important to learn gun safety from a responsible and trained adult. You can find out if there's a course in your area to teach correct gun safety rules for hunting or legal self-defense uses, but always make sure that your caregivers approve you going to these courses. For caregivers and anyone older than 18 who legally own a gun, if you have a gun in your home, always make sure that you keep that gun unloaded and locked up. You can see on the right side of this screen that you can purchase some small safety locks that can be placed directly on your gun to prevent it from firing, or a larger storage case if you have multiple guns. After locking your gun, regardless if you use the small lock or a larger storage case, make sure you lock and store the ammunition in a separate place with keys hidden from your children. Safe storage can prevent injuries to children, yourself, and others that enter your home. It can lower the risk of accidental discharge in your home and community, and it can decrease the risk of those firearms being stolen. Caregivers and anyone older than 18, if you own a gun and you're cleaning it, please make sure you do the following. Make sure that you clean the gun in a room where you're by yourself. Make sure your children know that you're doing something that's dangerous and they stay out of that room. Make sure you unload the gun before cleaning it to avoid accidental discharge of that gun. Also, make sure that you don't have distractions while cleaning your gun, such as having the TV on or loud music playing. This could distract you from doing something that could be dangerous. Also, make sure to never point the muzzle at yourself while you're cleaning it, and always try to wear eye protection when possible. And always remember to place that clean, unloaded guns back in a lock or case immediately after. And we wanted to finish up with some Pennsylvania gun laws. The first and most important is that no one under the age of 18 years old can legally purchase and possess a gun. The only way that someone younger than 18 years old can have a gun and use that gun is under the supervision of a guardian and a lawful activity, something like training, target shooting, or hunting, as long as that guardian and that teen have a license. If you don't follow the rules for potentially being underage with a gun or not having a permit to carry that gun, whether you're a caregiver, a teenager, or a child, you can receive a third-degree felony and suffer some serious legal consequences. And lastly, Philadelphia prohibits open and concealed carry guns without a permit. So if you're not sure if you're breaking the law, the best strategy is to leave your gun at home and not bring it in public. If you have any questions or are in need of resources such as gun locks, please contact St. Christopher's Hospital for Children's Injury Prevention Coordinator, Rochelle Thompson. Her email is on this slide for your convenience. Thank you so much for your attention, and remember to stay safe.